In today's video, I am going to show you a couple of ways to make simple and inexpensive farmhouse signs to decorate your tiered trays, your shelves, fire mantle, and even your coffee table. For this DIY, I just found some free printables online, and I sized them to around 2.5, 3 inches, 3.5 inches to 4 inches. That's about the size I wanted for my signs because I was using this for my tiered tray. For the first one, I'm using a piece of balsa wood that I believe I got from Hobby Lobby, some Mod Podge, a dowel from the Dollar Tree, a nail file that I use to file the wood, tumbling blocks from the Dollar Tree, and some pretty craft paper from Michael's, my hot glue gun. And to start this project, I'm going to cut the dowel to fit on the edges of this rectangular piece of balsa wood. So I'm just measuring them and I'm marking them, and then I'm just cutting them so that I can hot glue them along the edges to make a frame. Now I'm just taking another piece of that balsa wood and I'm just using it so I could get my measurements. So I put like a little dot of hot glue just to hold my dowel in place. This is not the piece of wood that's going to be the sign. I'm just using this for measurements. So I put the two ends on, and then I'm going to measure how much I have, what size I have to cut this piece to so that it fits in between the two dowels. So I'm just marking it so I could place it right in between the two of them, and then I'm just going to cut two of those. Now I'm going to take my nutmeg brown from Apple Barrel, and I'm just going to add a little water to this paint so I can use it as a stain. So I'm just going to mix that up, and then I'm going to brush it on the dowel so it looks like it's stained. And I'm sure you've seen this done a million times on YouTube. Everybody does this. I like to use a makeup wedge. It just works so much easier on a round piece of wood. So that's it, just dabbing it in, just wiping it on, and it gives it that nice little stained look. Now I'm going to cut out the free printable of the pumpkin patch that I found online, and then I'm going to Mod Podge it right in the center of that pumpkin cardstock that I Mod Podged on the balsa wood. Now that this is dry, I'm just going to take my nail file and I'm just going to file down the edge. And what this does is it makes a nice clean edge. It takes off all the pieces of the paper that is overlapping the wood, and it just creates such a clean edge. Now I'm going to Mod Podge the pumpkin patch print right in the center of the pumpkins. I'm just making sure all the ends are sealed nice, and then I will go over the whole thing with a layer of Mod Podge. See how cute that's coming out? Now we're going to frame it. Now we're going to hot glue the dowels along the edge to create the frame. Now I hot glued a tumbling block, blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. I'm doing this voiceover at midnight and I'm exhausted. We're just going to glue the tumbling block to the bottom of this. Not all the way to the bottom, but near the edge. This way you could make this sign stand up. And there's your first sign for your tiered tray. Now I'm going to show you how to make a really simple one from a jewelry box. So you're just going to use your printable, and I sized this up to the size of the jewelry box that I had. A bracelet jewelry box works great for this. So all you're going to do is take your pretty free printable that you find online. You're going to size it up on your paper before you print it. Make sure it's the right size for your box, and you're just going to cut this out, and all you have to do is glue this, Mod Podge it right onto the box. I painted the edges of the box black because I wanted that look. I cannot find the footage of me painting the edges of this box black, but it's really not a big deal because I'm sure you know how to do that and you've seen it a million times. So yeah, just paint the edges of your jewelry box whatever color you want. I chose black. It's that easy and comes out so pretty. And when this dries, I like to just take my nail file again, and I like to sand the edges of this one as well, and it comes out just so nice and neat and a nice clean edge, and I love it. And it looks so pretty sitting in your tiered tray. It looks so cute on your fireplace mantle or a shelf somewhere in your house, somewhere where you have a small space but you just want to get a cute little farmhouse sign in there. Using a jewelry box is the way to go. And don't forget to seal it with Mod Podge. And here is a sneak peek of all the mini DIYs that are coming in the next week or two that I did to create this tiered tray. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of the miniature farmhouse pieces I am creating to create tier trays and pretty shelf sitters and coffee table pieces. So stay tuned and check back, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you do, click the little bell on the side so you could be notified when episode 2 comes on. Thanks for watching.